even as most of the general public is still trying to recover from the utter shock of coming face to face with the stunning IONIQ 6 in person, when the design of the production version was finally unveiled after years of skepticism and anticipation as the Hyundai's first ever dedicated electric sedan, that was supposed to inherit the graceful lines of the prophecy concept. Korea is already in full motion to throw another 1-2 knockout punch to finish off the game, and establish itself as the de facto leader in electric cars. The first involves ultra-high-performance modification of the existing electric vehicle models, to turn your daily drivers into legitimate supercars that anyone can purchase, and the second involves turning the already striking existing products into something even more flamboyant, yet practical at the same time to increase its appeal globally. So, before we go on, we'd highly appreciate your support by subscribing, and turning on the notification bell, if you haven't already. And please don't forget to like, comment, and vote on the question that's presented at the end of the video. About to make its world premiere at the End Day 2022 is none other than IONIQ 5N. The ultra-high-performance version of the World Car of the Year IONIQ 5, which even in stock form looks outright exotic, with 80s Lancia Delta Integrale-inspired sport hatchback appearance. IONIQ 5N is co-developed with Kia EV6 GT, which shares the same eGMP dedicated EV platform, featuring incredible 800-volt ultra-fast charging architecture, the first application of such advanced technology in mass-market electric cars, which is also bidirectional to offer the innovative V2L functionalities. The high-tech 800-volt Hyundai and Kia electric vehicles, that have combined to win just about all automotive awards given out in the world, are already plenty fast, with the dual-motor long-range versions exhibiting 0 to 60 miles per hour time of around 4.5 seconds, incredible for your average family crossovers. However, the high-performance versions represented by Kia's GT and Hyundai's N monikers up the ante, with a 576 horsepower dual-motor power electric system to render a supercar-like performance of 3.5 seconds, 0 to 60 miles per hour. Don't be fooled though, because although superficial specifications of the IONIQ 5N seem nearly identical to the Kia EV6 GT, it's not badge engineered. It's made known that the vehicle characteristics of the IONIQ 5N and Kia EV6 GT are nothing like each other. While the EV6 GT, as the name suggests, will exhibit a plushier ride and composed handling characteristics appropriate for a grand tourer, IONIQ 5N will be a completely different beast, consistent with the philosophy of the N division, which has been created by BMW M division's legendary Albert Biermann, to more or less replicate the spirit of Bavaria's finest ultimate driving machine. The N version of IONIQ 5 will be calibrated for shorter runs to tackle tighter corners and sharp chicanes of racetracks. That's right, what Albert Biermann's team is trying to do is turn an SUV the size of Santa Fe, weighing 4,700 pounds or over 2 tons, into a hot hatch of the sort to complement its go-fast exterior design, and consistent with the characteristics of the other ICE-based N cars such as i30N and i20N, well known for their tight body control and extreme agility. To accomplish this, it's revealed that the N engineers are concentrating on tuning the chassis and suspension for optimal rebound rates, and recalibrating the electronic limited slip differential for more aggressive settings, compared to the one found in the EV6 GT. The more aggressively tuned IONIQ 5N will also feature contrasting design features inside and out, to distinguish itself clearly from the run-of-the-mill pedestrian versions, by offering deeper air dams and aerodynamic claddings, as well as lower suspension. In contrast, the EV6 GT will offer a more subdued look that may be hard to differentiate from the lower GT line version. This is consistent with Kia's approach to Stinger GT, with the GT version sharing virtually the same exterior appearance and driving characteristics as the GT line, but offering higher performance for the pricier model. This is not surprising since Kia deems the EV6 to be a sedan, and a spiritual successor to the Stinger, as the ICE legend will fade away into history next year only after one generation in production. Likely to also succeed Sonata, this time after 8 generations of long life, when the perennial best-selling family sedan is expected to be discontinued after this generation. The IONIQ 6 electric sedan, which has dimensions similar to Sonata, will also be featuring an N version. However, unlike the Sonata, which featured a watered-down N-line model that offered 290 horsepower from its 2.5-liter turbocharged engine borrowed from Genesis G80 luxury sedan, with a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 5.2 seconds, IONIQ 6 is expected to offer full-fledged N version. Apparent from the teaser image of the End Day 2022, the aggressive-looking IONIQ 6N electric super sedan, which is also expected to be unveiled at the event, is likely to feature similar power and specifications as the EV6 GT and IONIQ 5N crossover brethren. However, as an N car, IONIQ 6 is likely to be as aggressive as the IONIQ 5N in the way it's tuned. And when it becomes available within the next couple of years, it surely will pose a serious threat to Porsche, Audi, and Tesla's high-end electric sedans. In particular, with the price that is expected to be a fraction of the competition, you can bet that IONIQ 6N will claim a huge chunk of the market share, especially taking into consideration the fact that it will be the fastest charging at 18 minutes 10 to 80%, and offer advanced features such as V2L, and Hyundai's world-renowned self-driving technology that's considered one of the best in the industry, even exceeding that of Tesla's. And that's not everything. To target European consumers that typically shy away from sedans in general, Hyundai is cooking up something with a familiar recipe. As with the design for Europe Genesis G70 shooting brake, which featured a fantastic sleek hatchback body, it's reported that a more practical and sleeker version of the IONIQ 6 will become available primarily for the European market. In an interview with British magazine Auto Express, Sang-Yup Lee, the chief designer of IONIQ 6, was asked whether a more versatile liftback derivative was ever considered as opposed to the traditional notchback sedan. His answer was, "I can make a great hatchback out of that, a shooting brake," as if the plan to introduce IONIQ 6 shooting brake was already a done deal. As beautiful and practical as the IONIQ 6 shooting brake's predecessor G70 shooting brake, the biggest shortcoming was identified as the vehicle's gutless powerplant options that only offered 4-cylinder diesel and gasoline engines, ranging from 199 to 249 horsepower. It will be a completely different story that will unfold this time around, as IONIQ 6 shooting brake will feature up to nearly 600 horsepower to go toe-to-toe with even Porsche's Taycan GTS trim that features 590 horsepower. With more versatility and practicality offered by the IONIQ 6N shooting brake with bigger real estate inside, associated with a longer wheelbase and taller height, and the price that's expected to be nearly half of the Taycan Sport Turismo, the wagon version of Taycan sedan, people will be hard-pressed not to consider the Korean phenom, even if the brand name may not have the cachet of the Germans. However, this could be the opportunity for Hyundai's N to be spoken in the same light as the BMW M and AMG, as the industry as a whole will be playing on an all-new playing field with the advent of the electric car era. Finally, and most importantly, even with all the performance and style, they fully fulfill their duty as economical electric vehicles, with the estimated range of the N vehicles expected to exceed 250 miles or 400 kilometers WLTP, when paired with the 77.4 kWh battery, as is the case with the Kia EV6 GT. Also, expected to be similar to the EV6 GT is the price. In Korea, it sells for 72 million Korean won, which is roughly $60,000 US, and if they can maintain the similar pricing for the N electric cars, they could be the supercars for the masses, which could be found in homes of just about every household in the Western world when they are released starting end of this year. As for the end of the video question, with the series of N electric cars to be expected to be introduced from Hyundai in the near future, which would be your favorite among all high-performance electric cars? Please vote and share your views by clicking on the link in the comment section below or in the description. Thanks for watching AutoVision, your best source for the fastest Korean car news and rumors. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe and click on the notification bell, so as not to miss any of our new videos. It would help the channel greatly if you could view our videos as soon as they are uploaded, and watch them all the way until the end, which would help to reach more people. Also, to support our channel even further, please consider donating or joining our membership, and enjoy the exclusive content and previews of the upcoming episodes. Finally, don't forget to join our forum and share your passion for Korean cars at koreancarnews.com. See you next time with the latest Korean car news.